This year's APEC theme was creating a resilient and sustainable future for all. And in that spirit, the U.S. came to APEC with three top priorities. One, to advance power decarbonization. The second, methane abatement. And the third is just energy transitions in our region. So first, I'm especially proud of the near universal support for a new power sector decarbonization goal. This goal, which was to achieve 70% carbon neutral or carbon-free electricity generation by 2035, that goal is the definition of ambitious but achievable, especially considering what commitments APEC economies, including the United States, have already made. And so second, while we didn't achieve consensus, we saw tremendous support for a new methane abatement target in the fossil energy sector. This isn't just a chance to reduce problematic pollution, it's also an economic opportunity. If we can capture flared and leaked gas, we can save billions of dollars. And it's also about energy security, because the more we capture, the more we can increase supply while we transition to cleaner energy systems. In that vein, completely separate from APEC, I'm pleased to announce that the U.S. and 10 other economies came together on the margins, and we agreed to help one another advance the objectives of the Global Methane Pledge, which is specifically to cut methane emissions in the fossil energy sector, consistent with the global goal of a 30% cut below 2022 levels by the end of the decade. And then third, we as ministers are charging the Energy Working Group to develop a new Just Energy Transition initiative. And this also included new high-level principles on just transitions that are going to help guide that work. So I'm glad to say we achieved consensus on that issue. And while we didn't achieve consensus on all issues all across the board, we did find that there is so much more that unites us than that divides us. And now we've got to turn our common ground into collective, concrete action. We have made so much progress since that last ministerial. We have increased our collective renewable capacity by more than 50%. The Energy Working Group has undertaken 140 new projects on topics from energy storage to clean energy purchasing to wind and solar. And we've updated the Energy Security Initiative to reflect the transition to modern energy systems, accounting for renewables and electric vehicles and technologies that are addressing fossil fuel emissions. We know that any progress through APEC can have an outsized impact on the global climate fight, because just the 21 APEC economies account for more than half of the world's energy supply and demand. We need outsized impact more than ever. Record-breaking temperatures this summer, extreme weather events around the world, all underscore how important it is to keep global warming under 1.5 degrees Celsius. So now, APEC economies need to up our ambition. This is another area where we share common ground. We all have communities that have gone unseen, or fear of being left behind by the clean energy transition. We all have underserved communities that are bearing the brunt of fossil fuel pollution while reaping none of the benefits. And we all have communities that have built their economies around fossil production and then powered us through the last century. And they now worry about what the future is going to bring. So we all share a commitment to these communities and to making sure that they have a voice and a future in the clean energy economy. All of these communities look different, and all of our economies are at different places in the clean energy transition, but that only means that there's so much we can learn from one another. Forums like the APEC Just Energy Transition Initiative are going to help us all hone our best practices, come up with new ideas and strategies, and spread our clean energy wealth equitably and inclusively.